Okay, another little custom video. Just a couple of things: the security and the big picture. Just a little cut down version of that. I've been asked a couple of times about just explain fundamentally where we're going. Once we've created the platform, we've poured a whole bunch of crypto in, and in a number of months, weeks, years, whatever it may be, we've got this bank. What happens there in layman's terms? And the other thing is security. Now, the security side, it's important that we don't overemphasize the need for security, but as people become wiser and as they're exposed to the things that are going on around cryptocurrency, there is, whether we like to discuss it or not, it's not like a bank. You see, in a bank situation, I don't know how many times you've been defrauded in your credit card or bank. I've been defrauded a number of times. I think every year, in the last 3 years, I've had to change credit cards because someone's got in. So this is going on continually with banks, and they accept it, but they've got backing. They're making so much money, and they've got a little deal going with the government where if someone takes $2,000 out of your credit card account, they look at it and they go, they're criminals, don't worry about it. We're putting the $2,000 back, Mr. Saunders, straight away. Pretty handy if you're a consumer. It's kind of nice, but when you think it through, there's a few little question marks happen there. So when in the build-up of what we're about is we don't have all of that infrastructure around us. So there is a need to make sure that no one can walk in the front door of our bank and take all the money, all the cryptocurrency, because that's what we deal in. So in a pioneering situation, in a leader, no one's doing what we're doing. So what does the leadership do? They create a platform that is the most secure in the world. Now, it might not be the very most one, but it's like A+. It's like as good as it gets. Doesn't matter who's in the game with us. This is as good as it gets, and it's Daxi. Now, as you become part of this community, you'll realize there's a little signature thing going on here that says these guys do it right, as it turns out. These guys are incorporated and organized with people that know what they're doing. They've got some experience. This is the Ed Ludbrook team. Okay, so what do? We step up, we go, well, this is us, this is what we're doing. And by the way, we've got a platform, a little exchange situation where we're going to use. Now, the other thing that's important is you understand that we are not an exchange. That's not us. That's not what we are. We are a beautiful enterprise crowdfunding organization that has had the intelligence and the ability and the spark to realize an opportunity that says cryptocurrency could go well here. We'll do it that way. So let's set some standards here. Let's get things going. The first thing we want to do is make sure that we stand out, performance and standards. So when we're setting up our little bank on the side, which is our exchange, it just happens to be one of the most secure in the whole wide world. At a time when the rest of the world, like the largest exchange in the world, Binance, has just been ripped off for multi-million dollars. Now, you don't want to be involved. We don't want to be talking about that in another story in the next video I do. So what we do is we set ourselves up as being amongst the best, if not the best. A+ rating. Put it aside. You don't have to worry about that. So if you're putting your pennies, your shillings, if you're saving up $10 a week and putting money into this and having it as your new savings account and then your new something that's working for you, then fine. Because in this community, we have people that are at all levels. And that's what I love about this. It's so beautiful to be in a situation where real community exists. pension people, people that have got money, people that love other people and want to help them. That is the heart and soul of what we're talking about here, and it's the most real thing I've seen in a long, long time. The heart and soul of what's going on here is the building of a community at all levels. It's an unconditional love thing. For me it is, that's what it is. That aside, we've got security sorted, folks. Let it rest. Now, beyond that, the other thing that I've been asked to discuss is the bigger picture. You know, now Ed does this superbly. If you want to look at the State of the Nation video or whatever, it does it very well. But just in short term, remember, we come in with all of this savings and all of this money and all of this crypto, in terms of crypto, and we build this bank. We build, we build, we build. We inspire, we support, we educate. And we build a community of people who've got heart and soul, and they belong to something. They belong to something that's got power. It's got love, it's got community. And it builds to something where at some stage or other we get to a point where we say, what are we going to do with all this crypto that we've got? We've got leadership, we've got a plan. Fundamentally what it means is that we're going to, one day they're going to say, well, you know what? We've had a bunch of people, we call them dragons. It's a funny name, I know, but we've got a bunch of people that say, you know what? We think we think we've got some things here we could invest some of this DAXI in that's going to give you a return because you've saved up, you've got your stuff, you've got your investment sitting there. It's grown a bit, it's gone up, it's become something more than what it was initially. Would you like to invest some of that in a wing of a hospital or an airport project? Because you've actually got something now. Together, the community has a presence and a power in what has been saved and what's been organised. So you put your hand up and say, hey, I want to invest in that hospital over there, or that's been looked at by some experts and it looks like it's a conservative, safe investment. I think I'd like to put some of my DAC coin in there. So go ahead and do it, and you'll get a return on that. The return will be very similar. Now we all do this. If you've got a few bob in super or whatever it is, you're involved with stock agents and all of that sort of stuff at a different level. The community crowdfunding exercise allows people to have an account that maybe is $20 or $30 a week going into it, which is going to amass, and they've got a little system that works where you get paid for referring people and whatever, and you can get some action in the game, and you can say, well, I want to put a little bit of money into that project. It might be an echo project, but it's a community thing again. We're saying, well, look, I'd like to do that. Some of us are adventurous. We might want to put some DAC coin into some guy that's helping with a brand new system that's going to help older people, or younger people for that matter, hear better. If you look at the Australian Cochlear, the ear situation, the guy that invented that, fancy having that changed. Or Fred Hollows, look at the work that he's done. It opens up to be a world of opportunity when it comes to the sort of things in a world that's 3 or 4 or 5 years down the track that we can actually be involved in as a community and doing this or doing that might, whatever our passion is. It might be an airport, it might be a new wing of a hospital, or it might be some echo project that has been looked at and think, okay, well that's a good project and it's going to return an income, so you've got some dividends being paid and you've got a better life. So, you get the idea of that. We're going to discuss this a lot more. We're going to be doing a lot more of this in terms of making it easy to understand and so forth. But I hope that helps you just get a little idea on a couple of little issues. And I hope you're enjoying your night. I'm here to be of service. I hope it works for you.